Oh, hello, everybody. How's everybody tonight? This nice Thursday night. Let me see who's in the chats. Hello, Enzo. Hello, Uncle Bones. Jara will be right in. She's just signing into her email really quick, and she will be right in. So I hope everybody's. Hi, Jimmy. Hello, Bat Mom. Here she comes. Okay. How'd that go for you, Sarah? Jara? Sarah Jara?
Sarah Jara. Hello, everybody. I'm starting to feel a little under the weather, so I apologize if I sound froggy.
Were you able to log in, Jara?
I'm logged in, right? Aren't we live?
Sweet. That's awesome.
Well, yeah, I'm logged in. Or like, how am I here, right? Or
all right. How is everybody? Gosh, Jara, I'm so. First of all, I want to tell you something, Jara. I'm so glad that you are getting the opportunity to take a break.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad too. I got to come see my
really
aunt.
You deserve it.
I got to come with my cousins up to Flagstaff, and that's cool because I've never done that before, like on a trip with my cousins. So yeah, it's been really fun, and I got pictures of like us when we were little, and we used to have tea parties with my Aunt Kay, and we would get all dressed up, and we would be characters. And I forgot what my character's name was, but my cousin remembered, and I called myself Chocolate Brown because my last name was Brown. Everybody, so that's why.
Jara Brown is a clown with her britches upside down.
Yep. So yeah, so it was really neat. We had a tea party today, so that was cool, and we walked up a trail on Mount Eldon, so that was cool. Yeah, it's really neat up here. There's a lot of things
you want to see. Did you see anything cool about like your rocks? Did you see any kind of discoveries out there while you were out there?
So there wasn't a whole lot of rocks out on Mount Eldon, but like if we could have hiked up higher, there was cool stuff. But the trees and stuff there are really neat. Like I wish I would have had my saw so I could like saw some of the knots off of some of the wood, because that would make good like bases for my wire trees that I'm making.
That would be cool.
What did she say? Can you hear? They're not here right now. They went to get pizza. No, that's funny. My cousins are awesome, so I'm lucky.
Do I know these cousins? I don't think I've met them.
I don't think you've met them either. So these are my cousins on my dad's side of the family. Jessie is 9 months younger than me. So cool. Her and I were like this, but she always lived in Idaho or not always Idaho, but we never lived in the same state. So we got to see each other just like during reunions and things like that. And then her sister, Deanna, she's a little bit older than we are, because my dad's siblings are older than he is. So my Uncle Wayne, he's the oldest brother, and he's older. He's like 14 years older than my Aunt Kay. And then my Aunt Kay, I think she's 8 years older than my dad. So there's quite a bit of distance between them. And so there's distance between all the kids. My Uncle Wayne's family is pretty big. So there's a whole distance of people, but we didn't get to see each other all the time because we weren't like, Deanna and David actually grew up here in Flagstaff. They went to Flag High. They graduated from Flag High.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think that they're probably your sister. They might be your sister's age, actually, or maybe.
Ooh, really?
What? Well, I don't know. What year was your sister born?
70. Oh wait, yeah, 70.
Okay, so I think they're a little bit older than your sister. Just a few years older than your sister.
Wow, maybe they still know each other. Did any of them play in the orchestra?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe. I can ask. I'm not sure. I think um, I think David maybe played sports. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think that Nikki and
sister was
Michelle
in-
were close in age.
Probably. I think she remembers the accident.
Oh,
It
does
was a
she?
pretty
Yeah.
big deal, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And I
It
think
seems like a
Michelle
really
was the one with
dangerous hurt.
CTE, I think. Yeah.
What else was I
But
gonna
yeah,
say?
we got my cousin Jessie. Her and I have a lot in common. Like, she likes rocks like I do, and she likes clouds like I do. So he was out there taking pictures of the sky, and it's funny because you know how I do that all the time.
Yeah.
So I know. And then she says we were talking about things that we say, and she says big ol', and I say big ol'. Big ol'.
You say so many things, dude. You got lots of Jera-isms.
Yeah, I do have lots of those.
I
do
miss
have.
you, dude.
You
It
have
feels like I
lots of
haven't seen you in a
isms
long
too,
time.
huh?
I said I miss you. It feels like I haven't seen you in a really long time.
I know. I know. I don't. I feel bad that I'm getting sick. It's been over a year since I got sick, huh?
It happens. Don't feel bad. It happens.
I know, but I like, well, my mom and stuff too. So it's I took some emergency and some zinc, and I'm gonna take some more in the morning. So.
And you're already on the road to recovery, dude.
I am trying.
Do you have anything that's on your mind right now?
Too. Huh?
No, what did you? Huh?
Huh?
What did you say? What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna go look at Jupiter too later and see. Hopefully, there's not clouds, so I can. I brought my binoculars because remember last time we were here because we're staying at the same house that you and I stayed at. So, I'm gonna go. Yeah, look at Jupiter because it looks crazy.
I get scared.
It looks like a little solar system up there.
Yeah, you can see. I get really scared over there because it's so dark.
But yeah, the clouds, my cousin's cloud pictures were awesome. The clouds were crazy looking.
Are you at your Aunt Kay's house?
Yep.
I have a video of your Aunt Kay's house. Should I put it up so everybody can see where you're at?
Oh, yeah, you do?
Yeah, I do. Let me see here. Here it is.
I'm in. Yeah. Cool.
And then let me play you this really quick because it's kind of funny.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jera. I'm taking a picture of this tree because I think it is so freaking beautiful in my dad's backyard. And then this one's beautiful too. Hi, tree. Say hi to Jera. Then there's a baby one coming right there. Cool. I thought that you would like them because they are changing color. Look at the ones out there. Let's see if I can make a zoom. Nope, I can't. Oh, yeah, I can. Zoom the mountain. Where's the down? Oh, yeah, let me get right here. Check this out. Oh, wow, I can't stop shaking it. Steady. Steady, Suze.
So cool.
I know you can see it's a donut from my dad's backyard.
Elderberry.
Yeah, that was an AI voice. It's funny. I think it's hilarious to use it.
I like it when you change our voices on videos. That cracks me up because I'm a child.
It cracks me up, dude.
I
Okay, so what I was going to ask you is there anything on your mind right now, like immediately, that you would like to share?
I think I'm getting sick. But no, that's what's on my mind because that's what I'm feeling right now. No, I've actually I've had a good time. I feel like my family is like really super talented, and they're all like super awesome,
They are.
and they're like really good people, and it's neat.
Yeah, it is. I love your aunt's lavender soap. Like, I love it. Just love it. Love it. I wish I
Oh,
had
I'll have to tell her that.
endless supply of it.
I'll bring. Maybe she has some. If not, I'm sure she'll let me have some other type. But
I
yeah,
would be
for sure.
so happy if you did.
Yeah,
If you
my
did, I
aunt.
would be so grateful.
She's very
She's-
talented.
Very good soap maker.
Yeah, and they were showing us a thank you card that they got from a boy, because they give a scholarship in Michelle's name every year. And
Oh,
I
that's
didn't know
cool.
that. They just told us that tonight. Well, I don't know if my cousins knew, but I didn't know that. I think that's awesome that they do that.
So Michelle is a cousin of Jared's that passed away when we were just little.
Yeah, she
And,
was an amazing person
She
too.
was.
Super
She
talented.
still is.
Yeah. And my Aunt Kay and Uncle Larry are a big part of my life. And my Aunt Kay used to take me with her cleaning, because she cleaned for people. She cleaned for the Klein family. My dad has a book that he wrote about Flagstaff. And I used to like going to their house because it was like neat looking. And my aunt used to help me. She would pay me to help her clean. So she told me that I saved up and bought a bike, and I don't even remember that. I was like, well, that's
What?
cool. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I kind of
Do
remember
you
that.
remember that?
Yeah.
Do you? Huh.
Yeah, I do.
That's awesome. Well, I was kind of cool then, because I don't even remember that.
That's
And
pretty
then
cool.
Jesse said that I was always so responsible, and that I was always like I would always do chores, and that I would always say like, okay, but first I gotta like do this and do that, and then I would like clean stuff, and then I would play.
Oh,
That's-
you were a good girl. You were a very good girl.
I was a good girl.
You were such a good girl.
I had a kind of a mean tone in my voice though when I was a teenager, when I spoke, because I heard myself on a video once and I was like, whoa. But you know what? I was me and Michelle, when Michelle and I were together, it would be like that. Like yeah. So I don't know.
She was a very
Maybe
nice
we
person.
influenced
Huh?
each other. We might have influenced each other in a negative way there. Oh, my nose. I'm sorry if I start sneezing. You know that you get that sneezy feeling like you have to sneeze, but it doesn't come out.
I hate that feeling. It kind of hurts.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Um,
So I was trying to see if I could put some of my Google Earth exploration things on here, if it would let me do that now that I'm a person that I logged in
sign
or
it
whatever.
in. I mean, you're signed in, so yeah.
There's no audio. I mean, I don't put audio on it, so it's just silent, but still super interesting. Maybe. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see if it works. Oops. And then what do? Oh, I just hit add to stage.
Yeah. Neat.
Okay.
You did it.
I did it. You can't. Oh, see, I do little comments by circling things. Did you put the see that window there?
It's a cave hole.
It's a cave hole, and it's not only that, there's obelisks. That looks like an obelisk to me. I don't know.
Maybe.
Did you put the thing in the chat?
What thing? Oh, shit.
the-
I forgot to put the thing in the chat.
And to come on. See, there's a hole there. That looks like a hole to me. A hole with obelisks in front of
It's
it.
like a whole me.
And if the water was a little lower, and then all around it, there's like window caverns or whatever they are. Maybe that's the right word, cavern. Put your thing in the chat, Enzo said. Yeah, put your thing in the chat. Oh my, I need the tissue. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back.
He's dripping. He's dripping, guys. So I have a bunch of videos that I loaded up here onto StreamYard that I never played for anything. So if we'll take turns playing stuff, Jara, and you just tell me how you feel about them. What is that you got outlined right there? It looks like a goblin.
What now? Oh,
Hold on, I'm zooming in. I said I've got some material in here that I loaded up from a long time ago and I never played it. So let's just show stuff that we got on here and play it.
okay. Like, what do you mean? Like material? Like what kind of material?
Just videos, little short videos, mostly TikToks. You know how I am.
Cool. Okay. So now that I know how to do this, I know how to do it. Sweet. I'll turn
Tell
it
us
off.
what we are looking at. Tell us what we are looking at right now.
Well, I'm just pointing out all the different areas where they look like dwellings in the Grand Canyon down on the river. Because I think there were people there at one time, like a lot of people, like advanced people.
Oh,
Or
I'm pretty
something.
sure there were people there.
I'm just pointing out the things that don't look natural to me, that look man-made and just look like they've been eroded away over time or whatever. But that's just because that's how I see things. Like I see things. Did you put this link in the chat?
I did.
Oh.
I sure did.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't in. This is all Google Earth, so I don't know. Like if you're allowed to stop and look. I bet that's a good question. That'd be cool if you could, huh? I bet you can't. Like I don't know. Is anybody allowed to go down like that? That looks like a face to me up there.
Ooh, that does. Hey, why do you think that they're making kids not go to school for the eclipse?
What do you mean?
They're canceling school for the eclipse that's coming up.
Who? Who's canceling school? Here?
Like, not here, but like where in some cities.
Huh. Well, I think.
Why do you think they would do that?
What school is it? What part of the country is it? Where is it that's doing that?
Like
Do you know?
right where like the eclipse is. I don't know. Is it going to be strongest there or something? I have no idea. Enzo says in Texas they were afraid. Hold on. They were afraid gazillions of people swarming to the area. Oh, yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Why in
I don't know
Texas?
And I don't know why they're canceling school.
Why do they think people are going to swarm to Texas?
Because I guess that's like where, I don't know. I think it's where it's, I have no idea, dude. I can't even say it. Because I'll be lying if I do.
I don't know.
I
I heard something about the eclipse is supposed to pass. It's the path of it is supposed to pass through 8 cities that are named Nineveh in the United States.
Yep. That's true too. I saw something about that.
And I think
What does that
Nineveh,
mean? What does that mean?
Nineveh was a city that has biblical significance.
Drum roll, please. Enzo. Hi.
Have arrived. Hello. How are you today?
Hello. How are you?
Actually, I have a map of where the eclipse is going to be cutting across the U.S. if you want to look at it. and
Do
I can
you?
explain.
I don't know if that's true about Nineveh or what the Ninevehs or not, but I just heard that somewhere. I would like to see it. That'd be cool. I'd love to see it. I can take this off and you can put that on. You want to put it up now? Do you have it now?
If you
Angel?
like.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is.
sure.
I'd like to see it.
There it is.
So what this
Is there a way
is,
we can make it bigger somehow?
How could we do that?
I'm gonna get close to it, but then y'all have
Oh, I
to be
know.
all-
Sarah, put your screen on full screen.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Ooh, that makes it really good.
That makes it much better.
so what it is it'll start, down here. As you can see, there's local times here, 1:30, 1:35, all the way up to 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and go on. And so the shadow will start off down here in Mexico, go up along towards the northeast part of the U.S. on the, what is it, the 8th of April? I think that's it. Something like that. But
Yeah. Wait.
Wow.
but the other day, Texas came out and declared a state of emergency for some of their, because it goes right through Dallas and Austin and San Antonio, and they're afraid that so many people will swarm into the state to be there to see the total eclipse, because that doesn't happen very often, to be a full total eclipse. So that especially since we just had a annular eclipse like 5-6 months ago, that's where the moon's not quite aligned and it makes like a ring of fire look to it.
Right.
And that was actually, it went like an X. Basically, if you live in San Antonio, you would get this. You don't have to do anything. You can just sit there. You saw both of them within 6 months of each other. But apparently, they're very frightened that there's so many people will swarm to Texas to see this that it'll overload the roads and all that. And to be honest, with that going on, why have the kids in school? Because that's all they're going to be doing is waiting for the eclipse to happen at 1:30 in the afternoon. So just let them out. Just why bother?
Oh, okay.
There is a Nineveh in Texas.
What does Nineveh mean?
Yeah, what is that?
It's a
Nineveh?
city in the Bible, I think.
It's a city.
I
What?
think it's a place. I think it was a place in the Bible, I believe.
Oh, want me to Google it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give it a Goog.
So, but what I wonder what other places, because I don't know if that is true. That thing I heard.
What was the thing you heard?
That there's like 8 cities that are named that's passing through on the path. Like,
Boy, I don't know. I mean, it's because
I can't imagine there'd be that many Ninevehs in the U.S. But
I mean, it's cutting through all of, cutting across Texas, the corner of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, brushing Kentucky a little bit, Ohio, upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. That's a lot.
let's see. I am. How many cities are called Nineveh in America?
Want me to read what I found?
There are 7.
Look,
Huh?
I Googled what is Nineveh, and it says Nineveh was one of the oldest and greatest cities in antiquity. Texts from the Hellenistic period later offered an eponymous. What is that? Anyways, I gotta look up what I gotta Google what I Googled. Anyways,
It says Nineveh, Texas, Nineveh, Missouri, Nineveh, Indiana, Nineveh, Ohio, Nineveh, Pennsylvania, Nineveh, Virginia, and Nineveh, New York.
it was a violent place. It says. Oh,
If
shit,
that's true, that's kind of like statistically, that would be a very, very statistically, like what would be the odds of something like that? That would be pretty. If you're just looking at that, just like as data, that would be pretty strange, right?
So it says here that it was a very violent place.
Nineveh was a bad place.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't know
then
about
people
that.
think that people probably think that the eclipse is marking something. It's marking something. If you're tying it to that,
If
that's
you're picking up what she's laying down.
that's not good.
The end times. Oh, that is good.
Again, yeah, it's
Not again. That would be
Not
strange.
another
though. That would
apocalypse.
be strange. As an astronomical person there, Enzo, what would you say about that? If the solar eclipse were to pass over 8 cities that have the same name, that are also the name of a city that has biblical significance, what would
Well,
you say about that?
there's a lot of cities in the U.S. that are named after biblical sources, so I'd say it's just kind of a common name.
If it was
to be
8,
honest.
though, 8 of the same city name in different states.
Well, look
for the solar eclipse
look at
spot.
how far this is stretching. I would imagine there's quite a few other names besides those biblical reference ones. I mean, I'm sure there's a dozen Springfields somewhere in all of this.
Yeah, well, you could be right. But is there a Springfield that was like, I don't know. I guess it could be that too, that somebody named all the Ninevehs in a path for a reason, like when they put them there. And then this could coincidentally.
I would lean more towards because you'd have to do the sciencey thing, and how many Nivenas are outside of the eclipse zone, and they
None.
still have their names. How come they're not included?
There's not any outside of the eclipse zone. There's only those ones in the United States, and they're all inside the eclipse zone. There isn't any others outside of it.
What's the significance of Nineveh, the city in biblical terms?
I think it was.
It's a
I
violent
don't.
place.
I'm not sure. I think it was a city that was doing bad things. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. I have no idea.
Come to the right place.
Oh, wait, there's somebody else. Right click.
It says
Wait, hold on. Oh wait, what do I do here? Oops. Well, I took your guys' things out on accident. Oh, okay.
That's all right. We were
yeah,
done
I'll-
talking about it.
even if it's not a city even if it's not a biblical city, that would be weird for it to go on the path of the same named city. That's in those cities. That's the only. I'm saying if that's true, that it does
Well,
follow.
and if that's true, then I would agree that's an
That would
odd
be-
coincidence.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of coincidence. So, but April 8th.
I mean,
we'll have
either
that,
nothing.
and if you're somewhere near that line, you're going to notice anywhere in the U.S. You're going to notice the sun getting darker midday. So.
I'm probably just gonna stay away from the windows, to be honest with you, just because I don't know. I don't really need to see it in eclipse. Like, I can just not. I can just not.
Honestly, it's pretty cool. I think.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool too.
I'm the one that we had 6 months ago or 5 months ago, however long it was. It was heavy overcast where I live, so it was like, so I still
felt
have
that way.
I still have my special glasses so I can look straight at it. I never got to use them. So
It feels different. Like, it felt like weird.
annular eclipses like that are super weird, especially like I have a guy that I follow on Twitter that he lives in San Antonio, and he took videos during the totality part,
Mhm.
and all the shadows. Well, basically, because you can make, if you don't have glasses, you can make what they call a pinhole camera, which is just take like a big piece of cardboard or whatever and put a little pinhole in it, and you kind of hold it up, and the light from the sun going through the pinhole, it'll show the shape of the eclipse on the ground or a wall or wherever it is. And he was under this big set of trees that had a bunch of leaves on it, and it was shining through and the car underneath of it was just dappled with little circles, because that's what
cool.
that annular eclipse looks like. It was like, what? It was super weird looking.
That'd be cool. Hello, Danny there. Oh, my nose, guys.
They called it the Wicked City, Tara.
Huh?
Did you hear me, Jared?
What?
The Wicked City.
It said it's a wicked city. They called it the Wicked City.
Mm-hmm. In the Bible.
Well, that can't be. Let's hope that that's not accurate then, right?
Yeah,
I'll
maybe
have
it's
to
not true.
research that later just for curiosity's sake.
It says God's wrath destroyed Nineveh.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Huh.
Like I said, I'll be staying with the windows, so I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's a bit. So it looks like there's a whole story behind it. I don't really know though.
For me, I would think since we just had that one just a few months ago, and the place where they cross is like right around San Antonio, it seems like that would be the crosshairs for just doom, that you're going to get to see both within several months of each other.
Wow.
That's what it is. That's where the schools are canceling, where the crosshairs are of where they both came.
I think that they're probably, to be honest, I think they're probably like worried about something happening. Bless you.
Thank you.
That's probably why they're, I don't know. That would be kind of like, would you want to live right there where there's like an X mark? Like, I don't know. That's
right. Basically, because there's large cities, so like people can go there, they can get hotels, they can go do all that stuff, and everybody's going to show up at the same time, in the middle of the day to see the eclipse. And once it's all over, they're all going to try and leave at the same time. So you've got hundreds of thousands of people that come from miles around to go check it out. And then they all leave at the same time. So all the roads are going to get, bogged up, and highways are going to get jammed. And that's what they're forecasting. I think that might be a little of exaggeration.
I remember watching one before when I was at like a school-age child with one of those box things.
Yeah, I made one out of a MRE container, the little bag that your MRE comes out of. I was deployed somewhere and made one and was showing people how to use it.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. I can't help but think about like
my dad used to have
Independence Day and like all the people that went to go greet the alien, and then they got blown up. Like, that's why.
They're on top of
They're all like,
what is that? Something record building there in LA. Like, yay, aliens, pick me up. Balls.
Right. It's like, I'm the.
Yay, come back. Ah!
Hey, that was good. That was cool.
That was cool.
That was neat. I know. Good job. How'd you do that? Very cool. Yay, that was neat.
I have no idea what happened.
That was good, Enzo. I like that. That was neat. Oh, they have tents on the background behind you there this time. Those aren't usually there. Are those
they're
tents?
little like parasol things. It's nighttime. They usually pull them down, but they got a bunch of people hanging out underneath back there. Yeah.
Nice. It looks like it's pretty busy. Pretty popping.
Admittedly, I kind of cheated and backed it up like a couple hours so it looked like there were people there. It's like midnight there on a Thursday, so there's probably not that many people there really. But
that's funny.
I was gonna say, Enzo, my dad used to always bring home a bunch of MREs for some reason, and I would open them all just to get the gum out.
Sorry.
Just the gum.
Yeah.
What's an
And
MRE?
you know what else I
like
like?
the ration
I like
thing?
Yeah, I like. You would do it with me, Jara. I like the fruit cocktail, that dehydrated fruit cocktail.
The dehydrated.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
don't
you just-
remember that.
You get like the sugar packet out of a little accessory pack and pour just a little water and pour that sugar in there and like mush it up and let it
I would just eat
Soften
it
up a little bit, it
frozen
was
dry
great.
like that. I would eat it freeze dried just like that.
They
Really?
used to have like little peanut butter things. Later on, they had like these little cheese spread things for the big space shuttle tile
Oh, those were
cracker.
gross.
Yeah,
that
the
smelled
ones
like.
now have like jalapeno cheese spread and stuff. It's like kind of
Did
good.
you know the ones from like the 40s had cigarettes in them?
Yep, they had cigarettes in there and all kinds of
Their
stuff.
rations things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, meal ready to eat is what our military uses. They're-
Oh, okay. And they
Big
had cigarettes in
giant-
them,
yeah, back during like
funny.
World War II and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
right?
some Korea.
How funny. Yeah, my Aunt Kay, so she was telling us like my grandpa, they bought a house here in like the Greenlaw area back then, and it was like they paid like $6,000 for it back then.
Cool.
Yep. And that's around the time that my grandma and grandpa bought the house that I grew up in too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Probably worth quite a bit more now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive to live here.
live there.
It is.
Hey, how's the weather over there, Jara? Is it cold?
It is cold, but it's good. I mean, it was a little windy today. So maybe that has something to do too with I think just changing
Oh, yeah.
altitude or whatever. Whenever
Mhm.
you,
Definitely, it could do
Um,
that. It does that to me every time.
Flagstaff.
yeah,
It seems really pretty there. I remember I drove past there last year when I
It
was going
is.
to California.
It is the
It's
most
really
beautiful
good.
place on earth.
yeah.
A lot
Arizona.
of people, a lot of people confuse Arizona like with New Mexico and like North Texas and stuff. They just think it's all desert, and
Right.
that area certainly isn't. It's very pretty up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real pretty in Sedona, like in Camp Verde and everywhere. It's real pretty.
Mhm.
And then we have the painted desert and
Yeah,
All
people
kinds
don't
of-
realize that we have part of the Colorado. I mean the Rocky Mountain Range. What is it called? Yeah, the Rocky Mountains.
well,
Yeah.
and we don't have that. Well, we have the Kaibab Plateau, so the Colorado River goes through. I don't think the Rockies are actually in Arizona.
It's
though.
part of them, isn't Mount Humphreys Peak part of them?
No, that's actually part of the San Francisco volcanic field. Humphreys
Oh.
Peak is a volcano. Yeah, there's a hot spot too. That's
So cool. I feel very, very proud. I
My
feel very
cousin
proud
said
to be
that the
from
hot
such a
spot is
beautiful
like in
place.
the shape of a footprint too. So like the snow doesn't stay right there on
Oh, yeah. Cool.
on the peaks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's really neat. There's a place called Mead View that it's a near there, and that's like over kind of by Lake Mead. And the top of the rock right there looks really similar to the top of the rock in Petra, like in Jordan, like a lot. It looks so similar. And then the canyon walls look really similar too. We were just looking at it because I was telling my cousins about Petra because they had never seen it. Well, they had realized it was on was it Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think. They
What
actually
was?
use it.
Oh, Petra? Yeah.
Petra? Yeah. Yeah,
I
but
think it wasn't that the third one where they were doing. That's where they made up like whatever that little structure temple thing is that's dug into the side of the cliff. I always forget what that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of
Yeah,
the
that was-
temples in Petra. Yeah, because it's
that's-
actually Petra's like a huge, big. It's like a city, like the Grand Canyon, but it's like
Yeah, that
it's
was
crazy.
the third one.
Yeah,
So the
Yeah,
first
there's-
one was
Raiders of the
Okay,
Lost Ark,
Raiders of the Lost Ark, then
the Temple of
Um,
Doom.
Temple of
Temple of
Doom.
Doom, then the Last Crusade.
Yep, and the Last Crusade, and
And,
they stopped making them after that. There were no other Indiana
there are.
Jones movies.
There is. There's the
What was that
Christmas Carol.
other?
No, there
movie
weren't
about-
any more movies after that because they stopped on the best one, the third one.
What was that
I like
other
the
movie? That
Christmas
was like the Nile something. It had
Oh, Jewel of the Night. Wait. Jewel of the
yes,
Night.
those
No,
I like
that's,
those movies.
That's not an Indiana Jones movie.
I know, but I
No,
like
but that's
those.
a funny one though. Jewel
is
of the
good.
Nile, and then
Yeah.
Romancing the Stone.
Yeah, Romancing the Stone. I liked that actress. What was her name? Like,
That's
the-
Matt. Yeah.
What's her name?
Catherine. What's her name? Catherine Turner.
Catherine.
Kathleen Turner? Is that right?
Kathleen Turner. Something like that.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I
her
like
name. Like, she's. I don't know why, but her voice is so deep now.
It's
It
so
was Kathleen
sultry.
Turner and Michael Douglas.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no! Tornado sirens. Sirens. Good night, Jen.
Tornado sirens. I'm still
Tornado
trying to catch
sirens
up on
woke
sleep
her up.
after the
Good night.
That would be
5:15
terrifying.
a.m.
I
tornadoes.
would not like that sound. Is that like the?
Why? What's wrong with that song?
Yeah.
I went into.
It reminds me of that movie. What's it
I
called?
like that.
That sounds scary.
What?
That sound.
Yeah,
Do all
that
places
movie
have
with Alien?
sirens like that?
Well, like where I live, of course, in the middle of Tornado
Yeah,
Alley,
yeah.
kind of a thing. And
Right.
Mondays at noon, they always test all the sirens statewide. So if you're not
I
paying
wonder if we
attention
have
at
sirens
noon
like
on
that.
Monday,
in Arizona. I wonder if we have sirens like that, Susie. You think?
I don't think
Because we could have a
any sirens like
cataclysm
that.
that we would
But-
need to be alerted, I would think. Especially since we have
And
volcanoes
so, do you have
everywhere.
a cellar to get in?
Huh?
I have a basement and I have a heavy workbench along the western wall, which that's where the nastiest tornadoes come from, is the southwest to the northeast. And I have my old Kevlar helmet from my military days and goggles that I can put on and sit underneath of there and wait it out and hope there's a ceiling above my head after my ears pop. So
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever
Wow.
been
Could you
in a-
possibly make
have
that
you
any
been in
more
a
real
tornado?
and scary?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Have you ever been
Oh,
in
I
a
said, could you
tornado?
Susie, what did you say? You were both talking at the same time twice, so I couldn't hear what you said.
I said, have you ever been in a tornado?
I have seen with my own eyes 3 since I have lived here. One of them did skip over my house where my
Wow.
ears did pop, but no damage to where I was. Tornadoes are super weird. The way that, because the part that actually touches the ground and just kind of like destroys everything, they hop around.
Right.
And you'll have like a house completely disintegrated. There's nothing left but the foundation, but literally across the street from it, a house that has like hanging plants on the front porch. They don't even swing. They don't even move.
Oh my
it's,
gosh, that's
it's
so crazy.
really weird.
That's
I would
weird.
feel bad, but I mean, I would be thankful, but then I would feel bad because I usually like my neighbors, So God,
Right.
Well, that's how, like that microburst that we had in my neighborhood. It's weird the way it picked out the trees. It's almost like it went down the street, like it drove in a car down the street and then just took out like the trees, like one here, one there, like all the way down but no houses or anything, just the trees. It was weird.
I have a tree in my backyard from just this past spring. Spring is usually the most tormentuous time, so we're getting into that season here in the next month or so.
Right.
And where everything's fine around where I live, but there's a tree that's literally feet behind off of my back porch that a bunch of the limbs way up in the very top of it, which it's a smaller tree. It's probably 25, 30 feet tall, but a lot of the upper branches, it just looks like someone grabbed them and twisted them and then broke them.
Yeah,
At the
that happened
very
to my
top.
tree. Yep, it was like twisted. It
Yep.
literally like twisted it off and broke it.
Yeah, when it gets twisty like that, you're like, oh boy,
Right.
dodged a bullet there.
Right. Well, especially in a place where you're not supposed to have tornadoes, man. And like the
Yeah.
storm that took out our trees like that, it wasn't even, that was the day that it was like not even, it was like sunny and there were some clouds in the sky. And then all of a sudden I was at my client's house and it started like pouring hail and it was like blowing wind, but it was sunny. I was like, what the heck is going on? It was weird. Yeah, we had weird weather that around that
We
time.
always do. We have weird weather. There's been weird weather all year everywhere. Do you guys agree?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had
Well-
an unusual winter where I live. We've gotten a lot more snow and rain than we've had in many, many years. We're usually, where I live is like bordering on drought conditions a lot of the time. And areas in the west of me are always drought. But now it's kind of broken even for whatever, because we had a lot of snow. We had a lot of rain this season for whatever reason. So we're glad to have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a
Well,
wet
you know,
winter.
Mother Earth is very cyclical. So like we can, I mean, if she's doing something, she's doing something.
Cleaning herself. Right. Oh, boy.
Yes, Nikki, I did get a haircut today.
Oh, you got your ears lowered.
Nice.
Wearing my rare retro bowling shirt. I don't know.
Hey,
what
that
it
is a nice shirt.
but,
Do you bowl? Do you actually bowl?
no, not really. But I just like the shirt.
I love
it's got
those shirts.
this weird like Jetsons looking kind of retro
I like bowling
feature
shirts.
thing.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think they look very nice.
I'm so sorry. You keep blowing my nose. I might go.
That's okay. Don't feel sorry. You just blow that nose, girl.
I did have bad luck today though.
You what?
Oh,
was
what
that?
happened?
I went and test drove a van I was thinking about buying,
Oh, good.
and the little corner dealership that I was looking at, they give me the keys. I look all around, very clean, very nice, very low mileage for the year, blah blah blah. I drive like out of the little parking area where they were, which there's a red light right there, so I had to wait on the light. And the second the light turns green, I give it a little gas to go through, and bonk, the entire transmission like slipped for a second. And that's very bad if you're trying to buy a car, if you're not mechanically inclined.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I'm not buying this vehicle. But I drove it around a little bit because just to test out a few other things about it. So I learned a little bit myself that I didn't know because I just haven't driven that many of them because there's just not that many of them to drive around here. But yeah, as soon as I got back, I was like, yeah, just so you know, this transmission's toast because it slipped one other time while I was driving around. It's like, I better limp back to the
yeah, not
dealership.
that one. That's not the one.
Yeah, that was not the one.
Nuh-uh.
But there were indicators that I didn't really put together until later. It's like, oh, some ass who had this car before this van before me basically was probably hauling something too heavy for the van, and because the back tires were like almost worn out, but the front tires were great. They look almost new. That means he probably had too heavy a load on it, or was towing something way too heavy for the truck and kind of ground down those tires and all that stuff. So it's like, yeah, it was a learning experience. I know some new things about buying that particular type of vans because that's what I plan to. Oh no, there's no way they'd know that.
Okay.
To be honest, I think they probably knew it was like that.
Yeah, they probably did.
That particular van has sat at that dealership for 3 weeks because I saw it as soon as it popped up. It's like, all right, I'll keep an eye on it. Last night, in the middle of the night, they lowered the price $500 because it was like the third week it had been on there a lot and nobody had looked at it. Because when I got in it to drive it, I looked at the miles. It's the same as the pictures on their website from 3 weeks ago. Nobody.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's not. They know. They knew.
Yeah.
They knew.
It's like, you jerks. Yes. Used car people, man, they are the worst.
Yeah. You will find the van. You'll find the van that you need. I know you will.
The gist of it is I basically just need to save a little bit more because I had set because this is, this is just a silly project for me. And I'd set a limit of like, okay, $20,000. That's it. I'm not going to spend any more of this because this is a side thing just for me to kind of play around with in my retirement. And honestly, for what I'm looking at and what I can afford and blah, 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 I'm probably going to have to bump that up to 25. So I got to save a few more pennies over the next several months. So by the time I go driving around your area later this year in a few months, I may or may not have an actual van. I might just be in my pickup truck. So
I think you'll have one. I think you'll do it. Something good's
I
going to
hope
happen.
you're right.
Enzo. Yeah, maybe you should buy a lottery ticket.
Oh, well, now that you said that, I
Look,
will go
Dom.
out tomorrow and buy
Right.
it.
Because you could be the winner. I mean, you're the winner. Basically, you're the winner.
I am pretty great.
I've been really trying to watch my speak, my language, my thoughts, and my words, because I'm just trying to eliminate any false negative beliefs that I spout out or any kind of automatic negative thought, because I just want to create such a positive, I don't know, energy around myself right now, because I really want success. Like I'm just pushing for the best possible outcome for myself and my business and my family. So all day long, I'm just correcting myself, but that's okay. At least I'm correcting it.
That's right. You recognize where the problem is and you're identifying it and rectifying it immediately.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you would be amazed at how hard we are on ourselves, wouldn't you say? I don't know.
I
maybe you're
totally
not.
agree.
Yeah,
I mean,
am.
I used to be really awful about that kind of thing when my younger days, but through life and through experience and dealing with things in my life, I learned to kind of let problems like that roll off me like water off a duck's back. It's like, when it's out of your control, why worry about it? There's nothing you can do. So
there's nothing you can do. You're right. You're absolutely right, Enzo. You are so right.
Just gotta learn how to roll with the punches and deal with what's dealt to you.
Yeah, just know that everything is everything always happens as it should, and if you think of it as happening for you, then you'll be on the brighter side of life there. For some reason, everything is happening for you, not to you. Hello,
there's opportunity, and I think that goes for everybody. Really, is opportunities pop up sometimes, and it's just you have to be able to recognize them and take advantage of them.
Right. What is that called? Situation awareness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because today, even though I didn't get what I want, I still learned a lot of things because this had like a smaller engine than I thought I would want, but I was still drove it around. I honestly, I didn't really plan on I didn't think I would actually buy that vehicle today. But it's literally less than 2 miles from where I'm sitting right now. So it's like, why not take it for a test drive just to see? Because it had a 4.8 liter V8 in it, and I thought I would want the 6 liter, the one that's a little bit bigger. But driving it around, honestly, it was actually very nice. It handled way better than I thought. It had a little more pep in it, and for what I'm going to do with the van, it's going to be more than enough. So I won't really discount that type of that engine, at least in my future endeavors.
Good. See, you got to figure out what you kind of need for your trip. Yep. See, but you don't need one that's going to drop its tranny.
No, that's not good for any vehicle when you're taking it for a test drive and it's missing gears just at a stop. I mean, I was literally
Dodge?
No, it was a Chevy Express standard white work van.
Oh, you got one of those. Those are like the child molester vans.
That's right. I'm going to make up the big magnetic sign. It says free candy scrawled with like the R's backward. Yeah, just but yeah, I mean, I got, plans for it. I've got a million different YouTube videos that I've looked at for how to design the inside and solar panels and power plant things. It's crazy. Honestly, for me, cool. For me, it's going to be more like a surveillance van than like a camper.
Wow.
because I'm gonna have like I want like extra cameras and stuff on it. I get tired of seeing other people tell me what to think about like UFOs and stuff like that. It's like, how about I go find it myself? How about that?
Well, you're gonna find some if you go looking for sure because they're there.
Oh yeah. There's well, I know I mentioned them all the time, but the folks that live down in southeast Kansas, the whole Katy crew down there, that whole place is a hotbed of just total weird. It's like how like it's one of those hot spots like Skinwalker Ranch and Mount Shasta and Bridgewater Triangle, where they get all of it happening in the same place, where you get UFO stuff, you get ghost stuff, you get cryptid stuff, you get spook lights, you get missing people, you get appearing people that don't know where they're from, and they're like just it's time anomalies, just crazy stuff that's been going on in this very localized, like 30-mile radius around this tiny town in South.
There must be a portal right there. So,
ley lines do cross over that area.
Yeah, well, that's something. That is something. That is definitely a vortex of some sort. When the ley lines are crossing like that, it's electromagnetic energy. I mean, it's science. I'm not being, how do they say a woo? I'm not being that. It's science. It's science, everybody. It's physics. So electromagnetic energies.
The folks that I know that have lived down there their entire lives and they're interested in paranormal type stuff. There's one girl down there. She takes notes on everything. Her nickname is Notebooks because she has enormous pile of notebooks where she writes down everything, every kind of weirdo thing that ever goes on. And yeah, you the same way.
Yeah, I've got you. I can see my notebooks right here.
I might have to start doing that myself, to be honest. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I journal everything.
Sorry about that, guys.
She has noticed.
Am I okay? Yes, sorry. I also got pizza while my phone died. Oh, okay. And so I'm using my hotspot, so it killed my internet.
Oh, okay. But my friend Notebooks, she has noticed in their area there's an increase in paranormal activity after it rains, when they get a lot of water, rainfall and the river's high and stuff like that, they get a ton more sightings. Wow. And because they've lived in this area their whole lives, so all the people that live in these little towns around that area, they all know them, and they call them up like the Ghostbusters, like, hey, I got this weird thing, can you like go shake some chicken bones at it or something to make it go away? I mean, come on.
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about UFO sightings or paranormal sightings. What I was gonna say was, that shift that we were talking about, Enzo, the other day, how things are. What did you call it? It's called the shift, but did you call it something else? I don't remember. It was funny.
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, there's a shift happening right now. So in this shift that's happening right now, the veil between dimensions is thinner. Again, this is science. I'm not being a woo. I'm being scientific. Yep. So the veil's thinner now. And so there's going to be a lot more things that we can see now because, we can only see that much of the
spectrum,
the scale of what is it called again?
The spectrum?
The spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum.
So when the veil is thinner and when so when the veil's thinner, you can see differently. And I think also too, like there's this thing called evolution, and like I think that humans are evolving. Our bodies might be changing with the shift too. I do believe that our bodies are changing. So like we might be able to hear things. We might be able to see things that we never saw before right now. Because it's a new time. It's it's part of history. It's a different time. And we're all going through it. So I say yay. I say bring it. I say let change happen because it needs to, right? I mean, who's with me?
Well, sure. And plus, it's not like you can prevent it. It's one of those things that you don't have a ton of choices here. It's going to happen.
Change is inevitable, right? For sure.
Mother Earth, people. Yeah. I I guess it's probably like a self cleaning oven. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gotta do what it's gotta
Cleaning
do.
oven. That's awesome. Life is like a self cleaning oven. Yeah.
Hi, sister.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you
Still
want to
in.
get that clean, you gotta burn it. Burn it down.
you gotta burn it
Feel the
off.
burn.
Burn
We'll
off
feel
that
the burn.
waste.
When I used to work at GE on Thanksgiving, we would always get calls from people that accidentally locked their turkeys in the oven.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah, like they put them on self clean or whatever, and
And
then
then it was like
Oh no!
cooking up to crisp.
yeah,
Enjoy
Oh
that
my
turkey
God.
jerky you're gonna have for the holiday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
right.
Charcoal.
Do you like Cajun food?
Yeah,
It's gonna be blackened turkey.
Oh man, so I wonder if Enzo, if you could like stay around in Arizona like an extra day or two, maybe we could all go camping or something.
We could do that.
Because
Because
it's really nice
my
at that time of year.
my intention for my California trip at the end of May, which will roll over to the very beginning of June, is I usually will like deadhead straight into a thing like that because I'm paying for that, so I need to make sure I get there on time.
Yeah.
But on the way back, I can do whatever I want.
Right.
I don't have a job to report to come Monday morning or anything like that, so I can do whatever I like. But I'd
that
love
would
to
be
hang
good.
out and stay for a day or so and see what you guys are up to.
Mhm. Just
Yeah,
breathe
that'd
in
be
the
cool.
fresh air.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
real
fresh
nice
depending
here.
on where you're at. If you come to Phoenix, I don't know about fresh.
Oh yeah, not in Phoenix. We go somewhere up north in Arizona because that's where it's beautiful.
I-
Where Jarrett is
I
right
was because I've driven like through the outskirts of there, and the outskirts are so far outside of where the center was. It's like, I didn't even realize I was that close to Phoenix. The way that my GPS kind of plotted me around, and I was like, that's like almost 40 miles away. Are you kidding me? I'm still on the
Phoenix is very
outskirts.
widespread. Yeah, Phoenix is it's widespread. It's big. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that till driving by it last year. It's like, what?
Yeah, and it's
Mhm.
growing. It's growing.
Yeah, my
I
GPS is like
predict
plotting me down
someday.
dirt roads and stuff. It's like, what's going on?
But there's still a lot of like places where there's nothing there, though. There's still a lot.
There
of
is.
them.
There's a lot of places that are untouched like that.
Like there's a lot of empty. The world's a big place. They need to
Mhm.
stop trying to make it seem like there's not enough space
Yeah.
for everybody.
Right. There's plenty of space.
We could all just live in all the nooks and crannies of the Grand Canyon. We could probably
That's
fit
right. That's why
a whole
you
bunch
should
of
be able to
people
stop and get off of the raft and go check those places out.
I know. Hey, I think that would be a pretty sweet spot because you got a little water hole right there. You're down and
Yeah.
down in the canyon. The temperature is like perfect.
Really
Yeah,
cool.
it's
Yeah, you don't get the
beautiful down
direct sun all day.
Yeah.
So
so green and like, oh, yeah.
There's parts
there's
where the
fish and
water
stuff,
is
right?
like just blue as like so beautiful blue.
Sky
Wow.
blue. Yeah.
Waterfalls. There's waterfalls down there.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
nice.
think I got pictures of
Yeah,
that,
it's
too.
really. It's supposed to be really pretty down there. I have never gone all the way down. Have you, Jared?
No, I haven't,
Wait,
but I want
gone
to.
all the way down.
I haven't gone all the way down. I haven't been to the river. I haven't seen the river. I would like to though. I mean, I've been to Lake Powell. Like I grew up on Lake Powell. I know that lake like the back of my hand. I was 5 weeks old the first time I went to Lake Powell.
Wow.
Yeah, I have pictures of me like when I'm like 2 on the beach and we went every summer until I was 17. And then we stopped going. But it's so
Do you want to
cool
see
when
a
you hit
weird
70.
video?
Sure.
A weird video?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hold on.
Why not?
That's right here.
Donald, you've never seen nothing strange in the
Okay.
sky?
Oh, here we go.
I can. Brown Dwarf is also a good source. He certainly
I see things
videos
all
a
the
lot of
time.
wild stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a video, and it's a picture of a soldier walking down the street, but it's got a subliminal message in it. Check it out.
Oh my days. Oh my diddy. We have a threat on our hands. We have a serious threat on our hands. Now, I don't know if this is Palestine or Iraq, but one thing I do know for sure, something ain't right. Take a look at this picture. Now, these men look like they're in Iraq or Palestine, but check this. It's the picture of George Bush from 9/11. Now look at that other picture again. Can you see it?
So what do you guys think about that?
Wait, where was that picture
Did you see
taken from?
Could you tell, or you couldn't see it?
Yeah, you could certainly see like the outline of George Bush's ear and the eyebrows and stuff like that in the other the soldier picture. My first thing would have to be, let me see the original picture by itself first. Is like, did they,
Okay,
did
yeah.
they something?
It's not the
think it's,
explaining, Donald, that is the difficult part. Anything can be explained. It's that is that explanation something that makes sense? That's the thing for me, is all. But yeah, and there's some things that don't make sense.
Well, I mean,
All right.
how did they correlate that to? Because just looking at that, well, first I'm awful at like just looking at clouds and stuff like that. I just don't have that filter in my.
I don't
head
see
to,
how
like,
they correlated that either. I think that was just
Yeah.
they did something some kind of trick where it makes you see it.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that's definitely
I
what
don't
it
think it was
is.
a subliminal message though.
Anybody that made it, doesn't matter who made it or what made it, somebody made it for the intention for you to see that way. So that makes it a subliminal message.
I would have never seen that if it wouldn't have
But
shown
so
the
that's
picture
pretty creepy,
first,
huh?
though.
Exactly.
I know I couldn't see it for the longest time. Like I had to watch it like 50 times. Let me see which other else.
I saw it right away when they
I don't
showed the
really
other
know what
picture.
I don't really know what
Storytelling
this
wise,
video is,
they
but
should
I'm
have done like a slow fade of the other picture so you could see how it overlaid it.
Mhm.
I see what they were getting at though.
Yeah.
But,
Here's
I
another
don't know.
video, but I don't know what it is, but it must be something I thought was cool at the moment. So let me
What
see.
happens in the dark must come to the light. What you know about the petrified forest in Arizona? Oh my days. So check it. They're saying what caused the petrified forest is that it grew over 200 million years ago near waterways. During floods, water forced the trees to be pulled up from the ground. Over time, the wood from the trees became petrified. So let's take a closer look. Have you ever seen anything like that in your life? That looks more than petrified. That looks crystallized or turned into some type of marble. So let me ask you a question. If this has been naturally petrified, who cooked the wood which has been turned into stone into small pieces? And you know what's funny? Everybody's looking in the front, but nobody's looking in the background at the giant tree stumps. Now I want you to compare these pictures. This is Arizona, and this is a mining site. Arizona, this is a mining site. And again, Arizona, and again, this is a mining site. So basically what I'm trying to say is sometime in the past, somebody cut down these trees with advanced technology, which we do not understand, and was mining for resources. The question is, who?
Okay.
I do.
So
And where did it go?
that one wasn't
Kiara,
really that
I mean,
interesting.
You were shaking your head there. There was parts of that you certainly agreed with.
I do agree with that. I do
You
agree
think
with that.
Arizona is a mining site?
I think that Arizona had an advanced civilization living here at one time. And I think, yes, I do think there was all kinds of things happening here at one time. It certainly looks that way. That's what makes it strange, is because that's not the explanation that we're given. And so it doesn't make sense, because it looks like other things that we know that you can see in other parts of the world, but we're told that that's not what it is. And so that doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I agree with that guy. I don't think the petrified forest got there like that either. I think something.
But it's a coincidence. It happens.
Well, you can only have so many coincidences until it's not a coincidence anymore.
Right.
There's no such thing as coincidences.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Yeah, there certainly is, that chance of happenstance and things like that. But because
Right.
I can look at that as like, well, okay, the logs, they petrify and then they get exposed, but because the way that things get petrified, usually because they will get covered up with mud, and the mud has minerals in it, it gets absorbed by whatever the organic thing is, whether it be a plant or an animal or whatever. And then over time that it gets exposed through erosion, and then the pieces would snap off. I find it difficult to believe that it would be like someone had a chainsaw and
Right.
Came along, and if there were jagged pieces where you could see
Right.
pieces as I could see that.
And a lot of it too,
argument.
it looks like it was something that happened quickly, like stuff was made like that, like it was laying, you know what I mean? It doesn't look like stuff that sat for millions of years. It looks like something quickly turned everything to
Right.
yeah. Which, I mean, if you have certain chemicals and certain minerals in the water, and then you also introduce an electrical storm or things like volcanism, then you could have conditions that could do something like that, I would think. Or if you had an advanced technology that was being used and they did it wrong and it burned everything and all the people. I'm just kidding. I mean, but there are other explanations other than it. It seems like of all the explanations out there, it's taking millions of years and sitting like that. That seems to me like the least likely thing. What's that, Occam's razor or whatever? It seems like it's more likely that it was something that happened quickly, and that those were somebody chopped some logs, with Easter Island and places where there were tools left. They obviously stopped what they were doing and left quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, you don't leave your tools laying around.
Right. Not in those days, because
not in any day.
Right.
Tools are a valuable resource. You hang on to those.
Yeah.
Whether that's today or thousands of years ago, that's especially thousands of years ago. That's something that's worth more than gold to you, where you can actually, tools where you can actually, affect your environment, kind of a thing. You certainly are going to hang on to those.
Right.
Rare commodity. So just to leave them laying like that, something traumatic happened there.
Yeah. And I think that I don't know. Maybe the government doesn't want to scare people or something, and so they just tell us that it happened over millions of years. I don't know.
My experience with the government is they're too dim to think that far ahead, to be honest. It's a bunch of dummy bureaucrats that I can't imagine them having this grand master plan from just the stupidity I've witnessed over the generations now.
Right.
That they would come up with this grand master plan that would span centuries to, hide the truth and things like that. It's no, they're kind of dumb.
Well, let's think though, if there was advanced technology, say there was an advanced civilization and some cataclysm did happen, and there were mines and stuff like that in those areas, then you're already going to have a whole bunch of precious metals, right, that get remelted into the earth. So if you're like, I don't know, if you're the first to explore and you're the first to find these places, and you're also a greedy type of person who wants to keep all this stuff for yourself, you would probably not share that information with people. And you would probably make those like, you would make it a site where everybody had to respect it and things couldn't be touched or whatever. And if you wanted to do something with it on the underneath side, nobody had to know, because you have that designated as like a special place that people can't really see all parts of it. I don't know. I think it could be feasible, maybe possibly, or maybe not, or maybe feasible by a corporation that, you know.
Well, that's exactly what I was about to say is you had like, because the scenario I was imagining in my head as you were saying all of that was, whoever owned the railroads that, were able to get a lot of people and a lot of equipment into a specific area at a very specific time, and they just explore out of there. And it's like, oh my God, look, here's an ancient Incan gold mine that was like 3,000 years ago, and we just got to go in there and take it. Oh, this is dangerous. You people don't want to come up here. There might be a landslide or something like that. You could certainly divert whatever your resources. Oh, we don't want the train to go there. We want to go around, so we can go over there and steal it for ourselves. That's not government. That's big corporations and
right. But now they're tied together.
And that's true. That is true today.
And so there are people
they're joined at the hip.
Yeah. And so it's like there's people that know things and resources that are, I'm sure Arizona has got to be rich in resources. And so much of this, I know it has to be rich in certain minerals and everything because of all the volcanism. So much of that area is it's reservation, or it's not touched, which is good. And I hope it stays that way, because I don't know. The Hopi prophecy says, like the Four Corners area, there's not supposed to be stuff put there. So I'm like, yeah.
That's one of those places that when I have my little explorer event, I certainly want to go to the Four Corners area and see what's going on there, because it's unusual just on its own. Some of the wacky stuff that goes on around there. But I'm limited in what I can go and see and who I can talk to, because poor dumb white guy. It's not like I can just go rolling up on any reservation.
Oh, right.
Hey,
yeah.
Tell me the secrets of the universe. Yeah.
Susie and I wanted to go stay with her cousin on the reservation, like this summer or something. That would be cool. Yeah, that'd be super interesting.
They're crazy.
I know that. Well, Kanye West, like I said, he donated that $10 million for that Rodin Crater thing that's out here by Sunset Crater.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would you think he would do that?
Yeah.
Because he knows things. Why do you think he's so? That's why he's weird. Because he knows things. I think. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I don't know why he would do that. Maybe he's a geology nerd too. I don't know. Maybe he thinks it has some kind of. I mean, from the pictures I've seen when I Googled it, it looks really neat. But
Like what? Like, is it like
a
Sunset
school
Crater?
out there? I guess, like it's like science class or school or something. It's a visual light experience, I think, and it's like the guy that bought the crater like stayed the night out there, and he had an experience and like saw the starlight through like the top of the crater, and it gave him an idea to capture the starlight and like somehow bring it down into the volcano and like turn it into something. And so it's like a visually, like, Google it. It's Roden crater. It looks like an egg, kind of, if you look at it on Google.
Goog.
But there's just a lot of it looks kind of alien in certain parts of, like, near the Painted Desert. And
the picture that came up when I Googled Rodin crater. It's like, that's a building. That's a structure. That's not a crater. That's
No, does it look like an egg? It is a crater. It's a cinder cone volcano.
huh.
So there's a crater, and it does it look like an egg? Are you looking at the cinder cone, or are you looking at the inside
Well,
of it? They
it's,
did build. They built up. So they built like into the volcano and like around it, I think. But I think it takes you inside the volcano. I think it does.
Really? You can go in it? Oh, gross.
Yeah, I think so. It's not open yet, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
I'm not sure. But yeah, there was
Pueblo.
huh?
Just one of the pictures that flashed past is called Whoop. I have to wait for it to cycle back around so I can see it again.
Wupaki?
Potki Pueblo.
Wupaki, yeah,
Wupaki.
Wupaki Pueblo.
Wupaki.
Yeah,
There's
so
also
those
a
are some
Wupaki.
ruins. Those are ruins that are out by that area.
How old are those? Because they look ancient.
Mhm.
I think they're from like well, I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. I know there's like 800 of those ruin like structures over there. There's ruins all over.
Mhm, they're everywhere. There was a lot of
that's
cliff
one of the things-
dwellers.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I'd like to check out during my van explorer days. Once I get that up and running, where I can just go spend the day someplace and then crash in my van overnight and then go to the next place.
I know, that'll be so cool. I would like to do that too.
Maybe we can take you to Montezuma's castle.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool places in Sedona too.
Mm.
Give it a goog real quick.
Montezuma's Castle.
It's for Enzo to check it out.
National Monument.
I'm probably gonna go pretty soon there, guys, because I am
Yeah,
feeling
we're
a
gonna
little
do it.
under the weather.
I hope you get better, Jer.
I will.
Um,
I'm going to take some more emergency in the morning. I just can't take it.
Well,
right
that's
now,
cool.
because
I'm glad that we got to touch base and have a show tonight. And I'm just glad that you got a little vacation, Jera.
Me
And we
too.
want to thank everybody
Sounds
in the
fun.
chat for joining us. And like and subscribe, please, and make a comment. We love you all. And Enzo, we love you the most.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Love
Thanks
the
for
shirt.
having me.
Hey, and Enzo and I match.
That's
Oh,
right.
you guys
We got
do
similar
have
colors.
okay,
so.
I feel left out.
My shirt
I'm
says,
just kidding.
sorry, I'm late.
Okay, I need that shirt. All right. Okay, well, you guys, I'm going to call it a night. We're going to call it a night. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And we'll see you next week. Everybody stay vibe high. Keep your vibrations high.
Stay hydrated.
Positive. Yep, stay positive and just like be happy. Okay, that's the most
Don't
important
forget
thing.
to thank the trees for their support.
Talk to the trees, touch a tree, hug a tree, love a tree. Call your sister, call your mother, call your father. Okay, bye.
Bye.